guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be sharing with you my tips on balancing work life and mom life and how I figure it all out. If you're new, my name is Maria. Welcome to my channel. I have two kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I also have been a stay-at-home mom for 4 years. Up until recently I went back to work part-time. Just a little bit about what I do. Outside of my YouTube channel, I do social media, so I am very flexible with my hours, but at the same time, I am my own boss, so a lot of strategy, a lot of commitment comes from me personally. One of the most important tips for me personally is unplugging. I always had a rule for myself. A lot of the times, I will not even bring my phone in the house if I'm planning to spend time with my family. I'll leave it in the car, in the garage, or if we were playing upstairs, because that's where our playroom is and the kids' bedrooms are, I would leave my phone downstairs, because having that distraction up there and knowing that it's so close, I mean, we all are somewhat attached and addicted to our phones, so I wouldn't even have it around me when I'm interacting with my children, not to have that. My next tip is prioritize and stay focused. What do I mean by this? If you are a work from home person, or if you are your own boss, you run your own business, creating a strategy, first of all, with a schedule of certain things that you need to accomplish will help you have a clear focus of tasks, so that way you don't feel overwhelmed and overworked, especially with balancing it being a mom. As an example, the first week that I went back to work, I still had baby Justin with me, and wherever I was doing, I was constantly interrupted, and then I would end up taking it home with me, and I would work when the kids are napping, I would work when my husband gets off of work. So I pretty much worked the entire time that I wasn't with them, and it was really stressful, and I was struggling. I felt like I would come up for air and then I would dive back in a very deep water. So when we sat down with Justin, he helped me a lot and created a whole schedule and strategy. It actually relieved a lot of stress off of me. So the next tip is make it count. Now that you have less time to spend with your husband, your children, make it the quality time possible. It kind of connects to unplug. Don't take your phones with you when you're all hanging out together, but also make sure that you are enjoying your time together. Just sit there, be present. I usually try to spend one-on-one time with each one of my children, and if I get a chance, I can take them one-on-one on a little adventures with a mom. Here's one thing I want to share with you, because I feel like it changed my mindset, and the tip is change your perspective. My mom stayed with me up until I was 2, but in my memory, my mom was always a working mom. I have zero recollections of those years that she spent one-on-one with me, and I was thinking about it. This is so sad, because I've spent 4 years with Scarlett staying home, 2 years with Justin, and as they grow up, they won't remember it. But what's more important, you do lay the foundation. I do not want to minimize what stay-at-home moms do, because honestly, I'm still partially stay-at-home mom, and it's the hardest job, and it's a labor of love, and it's a beautiful job. But as your kids grow up, you will have to build your relationship with them. So don't feel the guilt for going back to work, because even though it is hard for them, this whole separation process, going to daycare, going to preschool, it is part of growing up. And what is important is you showing them the example of you pursuing wherever you need to pursue to achieve your dreams. And at the same time, you have to think, how do I build the relationship with them as they grow up? Because those are the relationships that they will carry on through life and they will remember. Well, the next very important thing that helps me in my everyday life is to pre-plan and organize. Try to automate certain processes, like I lay out my kids' clothes, my own clothes the night before. I actually even pre-grind my coffee beans, as I mentioned in my recent day in life, and I also fill in the pot. So in the morning, I pretty much just have to come out and, make my coffee, and the clothes is already laid out. So thinking about a step ahead, which you can get done in advance. Well, this next tip is not going to be the fun one, but honestly, it's the truth of life. You have to prioritize and you have to sacrifice. There will be a lot of things that you won't be able to do, not just because you became a working mom, or you, even as a stay-at-home mom, you of 2 children. I had to sacrifice my workouts, and that's the reason why I went and started doing fasting. I did the whole video on what I eat in a day with fasting, and also I'll link it for you to check it out if you're interested. But certain things will go away, and honestly, I used to do yoga, and then if I would do it, it would be only in the evenings. But then I would miss out on the time with my husband and children as a family together, and it's just not worth it for me. Right now, I'm getting to the point where I'm able to do a little bit of yoga with my kids. They are old enough. So that's something that I've been doing. And also, as far as prioritizing, I always try to think about the things. What can I do with the kids around me? And what I cannot do when they're around me, like things like folding the laundry, offloading the dishwasher, I can perfectly do while they're either eating or playing in the playroom. So like things like that, I try not to waste my alone time on, but if I have to do something that I have to concentrate on, I usually try to do it when they're not around. Finding time for yourself is a tough one. I actually did it in my Q&A, but I kind of depends. YouTube is something that I do for myself, and I really enjoy doing it. You have to have a creative outlet, or it's going to be hard to have a good quality of life. So you as a person need to make sure that you are happy with everything that you are doing. So a lot of the times, if I am painting or doing my YouTube, is after the bedtime for the kids. And that leads me to my next one, is having a routine with children. A bedtime, a morning routine helps a lot, because you can kind of anticipate when you will be doing things, and that relieves a lot of stress. I shared a lot of this transition in my day in life, so make sure to check out my most three recent day in lives, because I kind of went from, oh my gosh, I gotta get a job, to finding a job and then going to work. So check it out, it might give you a perspective. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a like, subscribe to my channel for more content of this kind, and I would love for you to be part of our family.